swear to God, that's a person.
Galera, olha lá, aquela...
Number 7. Long forgotten. Dmitri, from a sip of fear, isn't one to shy away from sinister situations. All in the name of a scary video, of course. So, when his car got stuck in a ditch just 8 kilometers away, and he stumbled upon a creepy old house while looking for help, he wasn't fazed. That is, until he stepped inside and felt that something was seriously off. That strange, oppressive feeling clung to him like black mold, making it impossible to shake off. Naturally, he packed up his gear and headed right back to see what he could catch on camera. And, let's just say, he caught a hell of a lot.
Что с вами случилось?
Мне было больно.
Офигеть. Что случилось?
Они...
Кто они? Офигеть.
With barely any room for someone to pull this off, it makes the whole thing even creepier.
Злые люди.
Они вас убили? Что там происходит?
After all the freaky paranormal activity, Dmitri decided to try and communicate with the spirit, hoping to get some real answers. And he did get answers. But whether that was for the better or worse is another story.
Камера-то включена точно. Ага, хорошо. Кто?
Злые люди.
Они вас убили?
Злые люди.
Они вас убили?
He captured some disjointed words throughout the video, and after a while, we can start to put a story together. The spirit is almost definitely female, and her anger and agitation seems to be born out of having her life cruelly taken away and subsequently being forgotten by everyone she once loved. And the paranormal antics caught on camera are happening because her soul is unable to find peace. Considering Dmitri asked why nobody cared for her grave, we can assume that not even her family seemed to remember, or even consider her. This is truly one of the scariest things anyone can even begin to imagine, that one day you'll be truly forgotten by everyone and everything. A poltergeist told me you enjoy scary videos like this, but don't subscribe just yet. We'll earn your subscription by the end of this scary compilation. Number 6. Legend has it. This petrifying series of events was caught on camera by the guys over on Fatos e Misterios, who ventured into the mysterious neck of the woods in hopes of unveiling the truth behind an age-old Latin American legend. But their expedition ended up proving only one thing, that they really should have packed their spare pants.
Oh, shoot. Why is it so warm?
The first thing they noticed was the clear trail through the undergrowth.
Tá quebrado aqui, ó. Olha lá. Alguma coisa entrou aqui dentro e bateu aqui, ó. Tá vendo aí? Tá enxergando? Quebrado aqui, gente. Aqui, ó. Vestígio de alguma coisa que passou aqui. Algum animal selvagem, não sei. Vamos adiante. Olha aqui. Olha. Ei, Gê. Olha. Alguma coisa amassou aqui, ó.
Que aquela coisa anda se rastejando, né?
É. Tanto em pé como homem, quanto se rastejando.
Meaning someone had walked through there not too long before them. You might be sitting there thinking, it's just a bunch of woodland animals walking through the underbrush, and you'd have a point. Of course there are animals milling around the area, but the damage made on that specific trail shows the impact of someone, or something, changing between crawling and walking, which most animals don't tend to do. They then heard this horrific noise emanating throughout the trees.
Jé, escuta. Que droga foi essa, cara?
Que droga foi essa aí, ó?
Escuta aí, cara, tô vendo não. Foi sinistro isso agora, hein, véi? Então, que negócio sinistro, caramba.
And after that, they noticed the eerie echo of clicking seems to be following them. To add insult to injury, they also managed to find
Oi? Tá outra vez? Eu não me lembro não, cara. Mas parece que essa árvore foi arrancada da raiz, como se alguma coisa barruou nela. Com força ou foi a natureza que fez isso? Eu não sei.
Como? A natureza como?
Eu não sei não, velho.
Como? Porque se fosse a natureza, tava todas.
Alguma coisa, sei lá que foi.
E gente também não foi.
Mano, tá escutando isso não, pô? Tipo assim, negócio assim, entendeu? E, pô, da última vez que nós escutou isso, ele apareceu, pô.
Então, tô querendo saber de onde é que tá vindo.
Tu está assim, tipo isso. Mano do céu, que droga foi isso, cara? Que droga fez isso? Que droga arrancou essa árvore, cara? Que coisa arrancou essa árvore, cara? Olha isso, cara. Que coisa barruou nessa árvore, gente. Mano, olha isso, cara. Alguma coisa barruou aqui, cara. Olha aí.
not one, but 2, 3 stumps that had been ripped out at the roots. With all this put together, what could possibly be after them? These guys entered the woods in hopes of finding the chupacabra, a legendary creature rumoured to attack animals and drain them of all their blood. One of the main indicators that the chupacabra is nearby is an increase in lifeless animals littering the area. It was initially reported in 1995 in Puerto Rico after the loss of a significant amount of domestic animals found uneaten, but completely clean of any blood. There are many depictions of the chupacabra across popular media, and each varies widely depending on the location of the sighting. It has been described as completely alien-looking, reptilian, kangaroo-esque, and even akin to that of a dog. While we can't see any empty animals scattered around the woodland in this video, we can sense something spooky, and apparently so could they. because after hearing a blood-curdling scream rip through the air, they turned on their heels and ran back to the van.
Agora não tô escutando mais nada, pô. Tá escutando alguma coisa? Não tô escutando mais nada não, parou mesmo, completo silêncio. É mesmo, né? Vamos embora. Quer ir embora mesmo? Tá aqui no meu bolso. Vai pegar. Vai indo que eu já vou pra lá. Deu uns gritos aí, galera. Parou.
But they had nowhere near a clean getaway, because check out what was waiting for them.
Droga. Vamos embora. Dispara. Que barulho, vai lá, meu filho. Peraí. Tu viu esse negócio passando ali, não? Deixa eu botar aqui fora o alto pra ver. Olha lá. Eita, tô vendo. Tira a cabeça. Olha lá, galera. Olha lá, aquela coisa lá, olha lá. O chupa-cabra lá, olha lá. Ele lá na árvore lá, olhando pra nós lá, olha lá. Olha lá.
Coisa é aquela, mano.
Deixa eu dar um zoom aqui pra galera ver, olha lá. Ele tá tirando a olho, botando a cabeça e olhando. E coloca. Olha lá. Olha isso aí dele. Tá, mano, que negócio feio.
Cadê a arma?
Tá aqui. Pega.
Eu vou atirar, viu?
Correu. Correu pra mata. Levanta lá, bora lá, correu pra mata. Bora lá. Desceu, Gê!
They're convinced this was the chupacabra, and it fitted back into the woods as they approached. The two glimmering eyes that seemed to dart around, and that distinguished figure being number one, extremely tall for any woodland animal, and two, hyper aware of its surroundings, enough to almost taunt the two people back in the woods. They ran towards the figure but didn't manage to get any other footage of it on camera, so this one is left up to you. Could they have caught the chupacabra on camera? Does the evidence in this video even line up with the old chupacabra legend? And if not, what in the fresh hell did they catch on camera? Let us know what you think down below. Number 5. House Tour. When these guys trotted into an old abandoned house to film a scary video, they expected to hear some creaks, maybe see a few shadows out of the corners of their eyes, but nothing crazy. When they first set foot inside the house and felt the complete twisted absence of any peace or happiness, that's when they realised they had probably bitten off more than they could chew. The first piece of the puzzle were things left behind in the seemingly desolate house.
गोबर है ना यार, ये एक मिनट शाम ये दिखाइएगा, ये पाँव के नीचे ये देखें गोबर, ये जिन्नात की ग़िज़ा है। यार मैंने साफ देखा, चांदी तो मैंने साफ देखा यार यहाँ पर। अल्लाह अकबर।
मैं आपको बोला नजर आई थी यहाँ से भागते हुए।
अल्लाह अकबर। ये तो जैसे बहुत सारे परिंदे जो हैं जी वो इधर। अल्लाह अकबर। आवाज़ आ रही है। ये जहाँ की चीज़ मुझे समझ नहीं आई, ये कुछ ताबीज़ पड़े हैं क्या है, कुछ कपड़े पड़े हैं यहाँ पर। ये मुझे तो ऐसे ही लग रहा है देखने जैसे उनके अंदर कोई ताबीज़ वगैरह बांधे हों। और यहाँ पर उनका बताना ये भी है जी कि कुछ आग जलते हुए भी यहाँ पर देखी है उन्होंने। ये कहाँ से आए? ये दिखाइएगा जी, ऊपर से मुकम्मल बंद है, वहाँ पर भी जालियाँ हैं, इधर भी जालियाँ लगी हुई हैं, ये दरवाज़ा है इधर।
The cow dung and the big pile of feathers suggest that people have been bringing animals into the house, and the books and clothes suggest someone has been living there. It's all very unsettling. Why is there a pile of basically dead birds, the excrement of a cow, and some tattered stuff lying in a tiny compartment that looks like someone tried to set it on fire? There might have been some sort of ritual conducted in that very house. The guys seem to notice that something is trying to trap them as they begin to ask questions. And this happened.
यार ये देखें तो सही था, क्या हाल है। और यहाँ पर आपने बदबू चेक की, कितनी है बदबू? ओए चल भी होएगा। अल्लाह अकबर,
ये क्या हो रहा है?
अल्लाह अल्लाह अकबर। ओ यार ये तो ताबीज़ नहीं थे जान भाई, जो मैंने आपको बताया है।
ताबीज़ वगैरह है ना, वो बिल्कुल आंखों के सामने यार, एकदम से वहाँ पे आग जल गई, उनका कहना सही था।
अल्लाह अकबर।
ये क्या है यार, ये क्या है?
So, something caught on fire, right in the creepy shrine-like segment of the house, while the guys tried to ask any potential spirits questions. Sounds occult as all hell, and then, just as quickly as it started, the fire goes out completely.
इधर वो एकदम से आग भड़की है यार।
परिंदों की बात कर रहा था मैं, वो
देखिए कमल ताबीज़ जो थे वो जल गए हैं।
They spend a bit longer wandering around and jumping at any bumps or bangs. But just as it begins to encroach on the witching hour, the biggest paranormal punch in the face comes out of nowhere for them both.
इसी जो है ना जी, वो कैफियत हो रही है इस जगह।
फिर से बंद हो
क्या हुआ क्या? इस जगह से बाहर चल गया।
Did you see that? Just like an invisible force held him up, way higher than he can even jump. Of course, after this insane levitation experience, they ran out of the building, where he explained that he felt something jump on top of him and begin to grasp at his throat. From the strange object strewn about the lone flame, and then the attempted possession, this definitely seems like something occult is lurking inside the house, trying to trap and possess anyone who enters. The guys felt a bit more on edge than normal after that, so decided to set up a camera in the same room and leave it there for a bit, but their final piece of footage made their blood run cold. It's like it's almost toying with us, letting everyone know that it knows we're watching. Number 4. Who's there? This creepy clip was caught by a guy who was just trying to relax alone in his bedroom, but felt as though there was something else in the house with him that had other plans. When he sensed something eerie inside his closet door, he pulled out his phone and hit record, managing to catch this on camera. The spookiest thing here is that that wasn't the only time someone or something was trying to toy with him using his own doors. Check out the other clip he posted from the same room. So, if at first the supposed spirit made a grand exit from the closet and strummed the guitar, and then it started shaking the bedroom door, could it be a poltergeist ensuring no one in the house goes untouched? These videos are 2 out of 3 YouTube shorts posted to the channel, and there have been no ghostly updates since. Maybe it died down, or maybe there's something else on his end of the line forcing him into silence. What do you think? Number 3. Long day. This woman was just trying to get on with her shift, and after getting back from some errands, the paperwork she had back at the office was calling her name. She already felt as though something was a little off, because the normally bustling shop and office environments were dead still, with nobody else to be seen, bar the cat. But regardless, she attempted to get on with her work, until all hell began to break loose. Take a look. She decided that she wasn't getting paid enough to deal with that, so stepped outside to call the manager and tell them about the issue, but they seemed to be in complete denial. Telling the woman that it was probably just rats. Unless rats have figured out the power of invisibility, that can't be right. After some back and forth, the woman seemed to make up her mind, go back inside the shop, get her stuff, and get herself the hell out of there. But nothing ever goes that smoothly, does it? Because this poltergeist decided it was time to really get her involved. The footage isn't quite clear enough to make out exactly what spooked her, but you can hear some sort of commotion and see an orb-like object flying towards her as she screams. The video cuts out after that, so we can only theorize about what happened to the woman. Was this a sloppy poltergeist attempt at possession? Did the woman even end up getting back out of the door? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Number 2. Birthday wishes. This girl had gone through one of the worst tragedies a lot of us can imagine, losing a parent. Due to the unimaginable grief that racked the whole family, they never packed up anything that belonged to their father after he passed, leaving his things where they had always been. And for the first birthday of his daughter's, whom he was unable to attend, her mother wanted to get her a present that really meant something. And so, what better than a Build-A-Bear with a recording of his voice inside? The moment was sweet, tender, and emotional. But it soon took a creepy turn.
Mom got me a little Build-A-Bear with his voice in it. Like the little clicky thing was his voice. And it was so sweet and adorable. And so we're all sitting at the kitchen table having a lovely time, listening to his voice. And all of a sudden, one of his toy fire trucks goes off in the other room. Never once have I heard this thing go off in my life. The siren goes off, the lights go off. Like, I didn't know they had batteries in them. My dad never turned them on like that. So it was so creepy. And like, we weren't talking at the table, like we were just sitting there like listening to his voice, and then all of a sudden his thing lights up from the other room. And we recorded it all. So check it out and let me know what you think. Do you want a big piece? How many do you want?
Hey kiddo, hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much, much better now, so whenever you can, just come visit me, okay? Okay.
Shut up.
No way. That has not worked. That has not worked.
If you're confused as to what you're listening to or looking out for, don't worry. We're here to lay it out in full. Earlier, when we said that the family had never packed up any of Dad's stuff up, that included his collection of models, fire trucks that were laid out in one of the nearby rooms. His daughter also said that she had never in her life heard any of those toy trucks turn on. She didn't even know that they had batteries in them. So why, of all times, would it randomly switch itself on as they were thinking about him? Unless it wasn't random at all, and he was doing his best to wish his daughters a happy birthday from wherever he was. Do you think this video is scarier than it is precious? Let us know your thoughts. Number 1. Flashing lights. These people were just trying to go about their evenings when their late night stargazing was cut short by something none of them could have ever predicted. Thinking quickly, one of them was with it enough to pull out a camera and hit record before they missed any of the action.
Swear to God, that's a fucking person. Dude, flash the light! If you're a person, flash the light! Okay, maybe it's no. Oh!
There are a few people in the comments claiming that this is some kind of Halloween prop attached to a drone, which would make sense. But how the hell did it flash the light on command? Also, if this were to be a person, how would they have been able to hear the request from that high up? The only other explanation is that this is something pretending to be a person. But what could it be? It seems to have superhuman hearing and the ability to fly. Perhaps this was a close encounter with Mothman.